Table tennis fans, you are in for a treat. On show will be Kari Guo, the 14-year-old from Auckland. She is the Auckland Open Women's Champion from 2021. This kid is a magnificent table tennis player, and she is in the final of the under-15s girls singles up against Lisa Gear of Auckland, who we witnessed before. We will have a champion decided in the under-15s category. Best of 5 matches for these young women competitors. And what can you expect from this match, Barry Griffiths?
Well, I think Lisa is definitely the underdog here. Kari has been in a really hot run of form. She is the quickest player on the women's circuit, I would suggest, both backhand and forehand, and her movement is astonishingly good.
Well, you played against her last week in a tournament final. You did win, Barry Griffiths. I'm going to pop that in there now while I can.
Yeah. Look, I did win in that final, but it was an open event, so females could also participate. And she made her way through to the final, beating some pretty good players. For me, in playing her, I just really had to avoid allowing her to play fast rallies, which I think is Lisa's best option here, to get around, get her forehand in, and use a lot of spin.
So it won't be surprising to some viewers and listeners out there that Kari Guo will also be competing in the Open Women's Singles Finals as well. Back-to-back matches in a final tournament. Incredible stuff.
It's a surprise to me, actually, because she beat Kim Wang, who is the top seed and has been dominant in women's table tennis for a little while. And I don't think Kari has ever beaten her before. Oh, what have we got here?
We have an injury here to Lisa.
Oh, no.
Gear. We did see her reach out to the back of the court to pick up a ball. She's in tears at the moment, is struggling. I think it might be her right ankle that she's having trouble with.
That looks
She's
serious.
visibly upset. Let's see if we can find out what happened to her. She went a long way back to receive the ball.
Yeah, she just twisted there on that shot there.
Keep an eye on both of her feet.
Her right foot, I think, just twists in the preparation here. Is it?
No, I think it was on the final jump on the right-hand side.
Yeah, it looks kind of bad.
Got a timeout at the moment. She has tears. Her dad, Wayne Gear, has come in to assist her. He is also her coach. This is a worrying sign for the young Auckland player, Lisa Gear. Let's have a look at that one more time if we get a chance. So it might not have been on the left-hand side of the table here. And she chases it over. Watch her right leg go down. Ouch. Snapped it immediately.
She's not someone to complain. So I actually think it could be the end of the match here. So very unfortunate. Poor Lisa.
We'll wait for confirmation on that. I think it was Lisa Gear leading Kari Guo 5-2 in the opening points of the set.
Yeah. I think she should claim the victory there, 5-2.
When you're up, you're up.
So there'll be a timeout now, so I'm not quite sure how long she gets.
She may need some ice and some treatment. Be remarkable if we could see her way back out for the rest of the match. She's visibly upset, and I think she just told the Table Tennis New Zealand representative Tom that she may not be able to continue, which is devastating news for the young Aucklander.
She's performed so brilliantly. This is the best I've seen her do in any tournament. And look at that excellent footwork around the backhand, which she showed earlier, but the strain that puts on you when you land on that ankle.
I think she wasn't chasing the shot. I think she'd almost resigned herself to the fact she wasn't getting there, so she was relaxed when the leg went down.
Oh, that looks painful.
It was right in front of us, and she expressed concern immediately. As you say, she's a tough cookie, is Lisa Gear. She's been playing so good.
That's what worries me, because, with some players, there's a bit of a twinge and they can go that way, but not her. If she's going to have pain like that, then I'd say it's serious.
This is the final of the under-15s girls singles at the North Island National Table Tennis Championships. We'll take a look one more time. So it's Lisa Gear serving. The ball comes wide. She gives up on it, goes for the bounce, and immediately snaps down her right leg, when I do believe she's getting treatment at this stage on either her right ankle or her right knee. But as you can see, a very emotional scene here for the young Lisa Gear, who has been playing the tournament of her life.
Well,
she was remarkable against Kiki Sue to earn a place in the final. Runs over, lets it go, bounces the ball, snap. No strapping, so it's not like she's had injuries there before.
No, she's pretty fit. I just wonder that landing there, whether something happened there and then she confirmed it landing here. It's, look, either way it looks bad, so I'm just hoping that she's going to be okay. If she's going to have a chance, they've got to, give her a bit of massage and treatment. She's got to walk it off a little bit. If she can't walk it off, then don't go back out. You're just going to cause damage.
Devastating for Lisa Gear to make it through to the final in the under-15s competition.
Yeah.
We were getting ready for something quite special.
Oh, well, she was leading 5-2 against Carrie, who's the favourite at this event, having beaten the number one in the women's, let alone in the juniors. So, for me, Lisa's having the tournament of her life and has put on a wonderful show. I've really enjoyed watching her athleticism and getting around the backhand corner with her forehand topspin and then covering the wide forehand as well is a little bit special. So, very, very impressed.
You can imagine, even with all the treatment in the world, the ice, the spray, the Voltaren gel, it would be very difficult to come back from a serious injury to continue playing in this final.
Yeah, well, Dad's going to know. I mean, he's dealt with that, so she's got the ice on and all of that. But maybe just leave it as long as possible, then see if you can walk it off. But, there is risk going back out there, and the last thing you want to do is more damage. It's also a bit of a mountain to climb playing Carrie Guo. She's a star. So
tell us what else you know about Carrie Guo. When she played against you last week and you defeated her in the final, what did you learn about her game that you didn't know of before?
Well, I knew she was fast, but I didn't realise quite how fast. So when we got into a backhand to backhand encounter, and I'd just try and hold that ball with her on the backhand, she'd attack it quite hard. Then she'd stepped around on 3 occasions in that match, stepped around and hit a clean forehand winner.
Wow.
3 times. And it just sort of made me really decide that was her little superpower, and let's not
support it.
Let's not give her those. And what
Don't feed the superpower, Barry Griffiths.
Yeah, so what can I do to avoid that? Which was a focus during the game for me. And there were things that I was able to do to make it hard for her to get that type of rally. But boy, when she gets the rally she wants, she's devastating.
At 14 years of age, she won an Auckland title in 2021, back when she was only 13 years of age, and has already caused an upset today to win a place in the final.
Well, the upset was a huge upset. Kim Wang.
We thought Kim Wang, who spoke to us earlier and said she wasn't in the final, was teasing us.
I thought she was, I thought she was. When I trained with Kim earlier in the week, and she was playing pretty well. So I thought she'd be too much for Carrie. But that's amazing. Carrie, she has learnt so much so quickly.
If you've just joined us for this live streaming of the North Island Table Tennis Championships in Tauranga, we can tell you that we were at the start of the match between Lisa Gear and Carrie Guo. Lisa Gear serving there. She goes to chase the ball, misses the shot, just bounces the ball casually, innocuously, and all of a sudden grimaces from pain in her right leg. So she is receiving treatment as we speak to you. She's up against Carrie Guo, who is also concerned for one of her team players and fellow competitors. She burst into tears immediately and was taken courtside here at the Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre. It is her right ankle, not her knee. Confirmation it is her right ankle. And at the moment there is ice, and we are waiting to find out as to whether or not she will return for this under-15s finals match.
Yeah, that's sad, isn't it? So Daniel from North Shore is over there giving her some support as well.
It's also very difficult, I can imagine, for Guo as well to remain focused and keep an eye on the job at hand.
Okay, so officials out there now, so I presume...
I think there might be an opportunity where they can maybe swap the games around and bring forward maybe the under-15 singles final and give the under-15s girls final an opportunity to recover from that particular injury.
It normally doesn't happen. They normally just give you the time they give you, and...
quite flexible sometimes, Table Tennis New Zealand, I think, when it comes to trying to make sure the players can get out there. Not that I'm predicting anything, but if that did happen, then we would witness Timothy Choi of Auckland up against the delightful August Zhao.
That'll be a great game.
11 years of age is August.
Well, so Carrie's coming over. They're having a bit of a chat together at the moment, and it's looking like the bats are being taken from the table, and it looks like
that game
that may be the end.
Very sad for Lisa Gear, forced to retire from injury in this women's under-15s singles final. She was up against the highly fancied Carrie Guo of Auckland, was leading the match in the first set 5-2. Traced a ball, bounced it, and then went down on her right ankle. So we'll try and get some information as to what exactly happened and how she's recovering.
Well, it's good to see that she's actually walking under her own steam. If you look at her, she's able to push off that ankle going up the stairs, which is an encouraging sign. So maybe not well enough to play with the ankle, but hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully it's just a sprain and will recover quickly.
So Carrie Guo wins the match in terms of retirement from Lisa Gear. The under-15s girls singles champion is Carrie Guo of Auckland at just 14 years of age. I'm sure she would prefer to be celebrating this in different circumstances, and our thoughts go out to Lisa Gear and her family that will be bitterly disappointed in not being able to watch her here in Tauranga and also through the live stream coverage from Stream Shop. We'll put that game away for now as we count down to the young guns on the boys' side. The under-15s boys singles from Auckland. Timothy Choi is up against August Zhao. We watched August Zhao earlier today, a few hours ago. The 11-year-old took on Paul Innes of Tauranga in the round of 32, and he won. He is a delightful little player. Just 11 years of age. His ambition is to become a world champion table tennis player. A very polite young man that just bowed to the director of your coverage and also to his family and also to the crowd. It's lovely to have him on display today. His list of achievements are incredible for an 11-year-old. Rattle them off for a while. Royal Singles Champion Under 11 2021. Open Auckland C Grade Singles Champion 2021. ITF World Hopes Around the Clock Champion 21 and 22. Table Tennis National Hopes Under 12s. It is endless, his sense of achievements. He's the one closest to your screen right now. His name is August Zhao, and he is a talent to watch in the future.
So he's playing against Timothy Choi, who's Korean family. Timothy is also an excellent player, obviously a little bit older and a little bit bigger, has a strong forehand and a solid backhand. So I actually expect this to be really an interesting battle. Can Timothy stop August from getting that deadly forehand in, or not? If he can't, I think he'll be in trouble. If he can, his more all-around game could give August some challenges.
I have a table tennis question for you, Barry.
Yeah?
How does a boy at 11 years of age that is pint size and that tall get so much power on his forehand?
Well, I think it comes from a full body action. So you sort of see he moves beautifully, and he also, the weight goes onto the rear leg. In his case, that will be the left leg, and he then drives from that leg into the ball and rotates with his body, then the shoulder, and then from the elbow. And yeah, that's how you do it.
Here's the final under 15s boys singles. Power, smash, and crash. Timothy Choi versus August Zhao. Zhao is closest to your screen in the black top.
I've got to say, Timothy won that point, but I wouldn't want to play too many points like that. Challenging August's forehand. It's a great shot.
He gets across there as well, doesn't he?
That's a good return there, wide to the forehand.
The fans are excited about this one. The crowd is pumped here in Tauranga for the under 15s boys final. National title up for grabs.
Strong support from both players. Oh, nice backhand from Timothy.
Good attack from Choi. He knows where to send it. Asking questions of the young Zhao already. August Zhao playing with the left hand. This is key strike points.
Yeah.
The crowd are invested in this match. Choi leading 3-1. Zhao serving. Lovely serve. Short, went for the wind up.
Lovely forehand.
Let's see, heaps of that. We loved that. Just 1 point in it. Child to reserve. Here comes August. Went for the backhand that time.
Oh, lovely.
(4-2), Timothy Choi. Wipes the feet clean, make sure they stick. Choi to serve. Dominant so far.
Nice. He's looking strong, isn't he?
It's another point. That time the flick did not work for young August Zhao.
Oh, he's gone for it. Just overhit it.
Just a little bit too much. Looked good. Too much distance. Serving now. August Zhao. 3-5 in the first. Can't afford to give him that much room out wide, can he?
Doesn't he move beautifully? Both wide to the forehand and wide to the backhand. You can't be sloppy with it. If you're going to go either place, you've got to be firm or just keep it short.
We talked earlier about how amazing his movement is. Pays
That's a
dividends.
short ball, and that's a wide ball. That is smart from Timothy.
He's a very clever player, is young Timothy Choi.
It's like threading a needle, though, with your placement here.
Pinpoint perfect.
Yeah. So Timothy is keeping it short, and that's giving August some doubts as to whether he can attack that ball.
He likes a bit of room, does August. Just 2 points in this opening set of the under-15s boys final. Choi serving.
Wow, that's a great looking forehand, isn't it?
August Zhao.
He's catching him a little bit out wide to that forehand as August is sitting on his backhand corner. And where I hope this goes is that if August starts covering that wide backhand ball, yeah,
that was beautiful. That is one of my favourite shots of the day from an 11-year-old champ.
Forehand.
That was remarkable. Almost impossible to hit.
Oh, it's just a terrific shot. He can hit that ball both directions, and you can't easily tell. Just do not want to feed that forehand. But if August starts moving across to cover that wide ball on his forehand, then Timothy will be able to get into his backhand. So I think that's what Timothy's trying to do. Again wide to the forehand. It's a real strategy, isn't it?
Nothing in this opening set of the under-15s.
So August serving 7-9 down. He really needs these points. Too loose. And August, wow.
Punishes him.
How does he hit it so hard? He's not
You're
that big.
asking me?
It's incredible, isn't
What
it?
a display of table tennis from just the 11-year-old August Zhao.
Well, I just hesitate to think how hard he'll be hitting the ball in about 3 or 4 years' time. That's a heavy serve. He just bit that one. You could see it.
All locked up, 9 apiece, first set.
Smart little guy, isn't he? Figuring out a serve like that. Here we go, Timothy. Little side topspin serve. Try and return it short, pops up.
A rare show of emotion from Timothy Choi. He loves that one. He knows he's within 1 point now of taking the first set against this 11-year-old maestro.
Side topspin, he steps in, knows that if that goes short, it'll pop up and
perfect
bang.
Placement. Choi to serve.
Similar. Doesn't go for it that time. And
Too wide.
August goes for the big shot, just misses.
So the first set in the boys under 15s final at the North Island Champs goes to Timothy Choi. Had to work hard for it. There was nothing in it until the dying stages. And Coach Dan comes in and gives his words of wisdom. We'll be saying that forehand works lovely. Make sure you get in position, which we know you do. And also just encouraging him to have a bit of diversity on the serve.
Well, I tend to think, given how the high level that these kids are from North Shore table tennis, I tend to think that Daniel is an excellent coach. And typically when the players go to see him and they come back on court, they have some new strategies, new tactics, and their performance improves. So it'll be interesting to see if that's what happens here.
There's some special things happening on the North Shore when it comes to table tennis here in New Zealand. Timothy Choi there with the opening set win over August Zhao, 11-9. It's the best of 5 for the boys under 15s final. Wherever you're joining us from across Aotearoa, enjoy the coverage. Joining me in commentary is former Olympian Barry Griffiths, 8 times national champion. He knows his stuff when it comes to table tennis, and we both feel very privileged indeed to be watching the next generation of superstars here in the Bay of Plenty.
Oh, nice serve. That's a really well returned. And if you could see there, when August came back to hit that backhand, Timothy was worried about the ball going wide to the forehand. August went back behind him and caught him. Very clever. That's a beautiful little topspin, leaving Timothy an incredibly difficult shot to try and pull off there.
To come out after the first set down 9-11 and to pick up the first 2 points says a lot about August Zhao. He's with the serve.
The way he did it, very impressive.
Nice placement that time by Choi. So August Zhao with the serve, up 2-love in the second.
Lovely footwork.
So much is about getting your feet in the right place and the body in the right position.
I mean, he moved late, but just the footwork that he used was perfect. Didn't overhit the ball, got himself in a good position, and Timothy took a bit of a risk. August is looking strong here.
Looking very confident for an 11-year-old player.
Oh, lovely flick. Moved in very quickly.
I love how the crowd have come to life here in Tauranga for this under-15s boys final. So much has been invested in the training with family and friends turning out for their favourite players. Hard to pick a winner at this stage.
Yeah, it is difficult. Just feeling that August is starting to figure it out, but Timothy's playing very well.
They'll take a towel break for the 6th point. An opportunity for them to regroup. It's not long. Shoulder stretch and wipe the feet. Zhao to serve. The left hand forehand once again, the power shot, the weapon.
Oh.
He brings it out every now and then, and there is no defence.
That's true. Beautiful. Nice forehand, but August also showing that he can defend. He's not just a forehand weapon sort of player, he has a defence on him. So it's going to be hard for Timothy. I actually am starting to lean towards August here for this match.
Oh, great return. That time the fist goes out from Timothy Joy. He said, I'll take that point and come within 1 and I'll serve. This is the 2nd set.
Good defense, short block. Timothy having to lift it up, and it's just too much. So August is showing another side to his game here that I didn't see earlier. Wonderful control. Oh, wow.
Keep it away from that forehand, Timothy.
How about that?
You can't give him that opportunity. For someone so little to create so much power is magnificent to watch.
It's just, the technique is perfect. Yeah, tried the drop shot there. That's good. Went back behind him, caught him out.
Forced it into his body as well. Didn't give him any time to wind up for the
August
shot.
was worried about that ball going wide to his forehand, so he covered that side, and Timothy went back behind him and caught him.
6-7, Choi.
This is a big moment.
Oh, nice placement.
Whoa!
Great rally. An answer to everything has August Zhao.
I mean, Timothy hit an incredible shot there. Made him move, bang. Wow.
Even knocked himself off balance to make the shot.
Well, you know, it's the right thing to do. It's a very difficult shot to do. I think August's lifted his standard from what we saw earlier today. He's playing better and better.
Certainly has the backing of the crowd at the moment here in Tauranga. This is the final of the under-15s boys title.
Look at the footwork. He got around beautifully.
Timothy Choi to serve. 7-9 in the second.
Good serve.
Nice finesse. Off the net that time.
But he's doing the right things. That was the right approach in a difficult rally. Just didn't pay off.
We have seen the tide change so many times in so many matches. I wonder if it's happening again now.
Oh, wonderful shot. Look at the
Cross-court
angle.
lob.
Oh, it was a wide drop shot. There was big trouble for Timothy there. What a shot.
Set point to August Zhao. No one goes too deep.
Yeah, but unlucky off the net. 10-9, big point here. August has outplayed him this game, so it would feel a little unfair if he didn't equalise here. But what a block. Great block.
Show no mercy right there, Timothy Choi.
Smashed it over his head.
Literally. Have a look at this final shot from Choi.
Yeah.
Put
so
everything behind it.
this block here that caught him behind.
Watch this one.
And bang.
Wow.
Feels a bit unfair, but you know, August is so good.
All locked up at 10-all in the second set.
Nice backhand again. Oh, he's missed his
hit the net.
chance.
He went inside. So that one went to August. Set point, August Zhao. The fans are loving it.
That's pretty
11
loud.
years of age.
Pretty loud out there. Nice serve, nice backhand. Too much. That is a stunning piece of table tennis.
As you say, he's varied his shots so much, and it's an attitudinal change from August Zhao that we haven't seen earlier in the day. So reactive to what comes at him, no matter what Timothy Choi sends. So this is the final of the under-15s boys table tennis clash here in Tauranga for the North Island Championships. Time for the players to get some insight from their coaches. Very little has separated these two young men. One of them being 11 years of age from the North Shore, August Zhao. Timothy Choi there in the red top, Auckland-based. Hoping he can create something special like the first set, which he won 11-9 and went down 10-12 in the second.
Yeah, what a match this is. This is a really stunning standard. On the neighbouring table, we have Matt Ball playing Alfred De La Pena, and Matt won the first game comfortably, I believe, and the second game, Alfred is leading 9-6. Matt serving. So could end up being 1-1 here.
looking for a place in the final.
Yeah, for is it final or something? Yeah.
It will be, because we're counting down to the men's open singles final, which will be after the women's opens singles final later on this evening. The winner of those two will go ahead. Timothy Choi serving against August Zhao. Zhao to serve. Love won in the third.
Heavy serve. That's good defence from Timothy. I mean, being able to stand his ground against that strong forehand. He's doing well.
Patient game that time from Timothy Choi.
Yeah.
Very patient game.
Yeah, he's making him work hard.
3-love up in the third.
Controlling the ball well, Timothy. Wide short serve makes him stretch.
Wasn't expecting that, young August Zhao.
Well, it's a bit of his own medicine back. He did that to Timothy at the end of the last game with a great little wide drop shot. So, nice serve.
Let me remind you, being 4-5 or 6-love up in a game of table tennis does not necessarily mean you're going to win the set.
No, it doesn't. Oh, really wide angle return. Just making August move that extra step.
Out of sorts at the moment is August Zhao.
I think Timothy has applied that pressure. I think, yes, while August has missed a few, I think it's as a result of good play from Timothy.
Went for too much that time.
Yeah, tough call. Do you just block it back, or do you have a go? There was time. Tough shot though. But I like him being positive. So here we go, big moment, serving. Great push by Timothy.
Delicate.
Oh, wow.
That was powerful.
Beautiful.
Love watching that.
Just spins it to the forehand. Looks like he's going to go cross court and holds his position to stay down the line, and no play for August. Look, August moves across, no play.
Did so well to hold his position for that shot.
Yeah, real quality.
7-1 in the third. August Zhao to serve, trailing by 6.
Unlucky.
Catches the edge of the table.
You can see, though, how wide Timothy feels he's got to go with his return. So, you know, while an edge might be lucky, Timothy's aiming at that line. So, you know, he has to, because August's forehand and his footwork is so good.
Did it again, but this time August had picked up on it and used the powerful left forehand.
But you look at that return from Timothy, it was as wide as could be on the forehand, and August's footwork was
Still
perfect.
got there.
Amazing. He is a real talent.
The drop shot.
Yeah, that's an error. He should have been okay with that.
Defining moment. He does not want to let August Zhao fight back into this match. Timothy Choi serving. That is an unforced error.
He took a chance. I think, you know, Timothy's been moving around, getting his forehand in, so August goes for the wide backhand flick. Made the error, but I think it was a thoughtful decision. It was interesting. Great defense, Timothy.
Remaining within the match is young August Zhao. 4-9.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this match. Timothy's thinking really well. He's controlling the table like that.
Here he comes. Here comes August.
I like his shirt, Tornado Table Tennis. It just kind of describes the way he plays.
It's perfect. Lovely analogy to relate to this young, talented table tennis player.
Oh, look at the wide serve. Whoa!
Beautiful.
Did he hit that round the net?
Remarkable, around the net, which you're allowed to do. In fact, you can go all the way to the other side if you have to.
I just want to have another look at that, whether it was just over the net or around the net. But look how wide that serve was. Beautiful footwork. Goes for the angle. Maybe it was just over, but fantastic shot.
Set point to Timothy Choi.
10-6 Timothy.
Receiving the ball is Choi.
Heavy serve. Oh, he's made an error.
Well, you don't see too many of those
I'm
from
just thinking it's like...
August Zhao.
I'm so surprised. It's so rare. August is so consistent with that forehand. Beautiful, beautiful shot.
So in the hot seat, the box seat now is Timothy Choi in this under-15s boys table tennis final at the North Island Championships in the gorgeous Bay of Plenty. We're coming to you live from Tauranga's Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre, which is an apt name considering it is the under-15s boys final competition.
Little update on the other tables. We have John Cordew from Canterbury, who is leading Max Henderson from Bay of Plenty 3-0. John possibly would be the favoured player there, but 3-0 is a big lead. On the other table, we have Alfred De La Pena and Matt Ball at 1 game each, starting the 3rd game now. So it's looking tight on 2 tables, while John is ahead on 1.
Timothy Choi winning the 1st and 3rd. August Zhao dominant in the 2nd. What will come of the 4th?
Long serve, interesting. Moving August around. Look how well he moves. Well, side to side. I'm betting that he does a lot of footwork training with his coach. Wow.
Both these players certainly ones to look out for in the future when it comes to table tennis New Zealand. Showcasing some fine talent. 1 11-year-old, 1 14-year-old. 2 mighty fine players.
Yeah.
This is the 4th set. August Zhao leading 2-1. He will serve the ball to Timothy Choi. Choi in the red top.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Once again, another momentum shift in this game. 3-1 to Zhao. Choi to serve.
Good serve. Oh.
Power.
Crushes that.
That is a crusher. Right there, right in front of our eyes. Worth taking another look because you probably missed it.
Topspin serve there. Ball pops up. Timothy just holds his position and breaks it wide to the forehand. Winner. Backspin. Yeah, digs it. August not quite in position. Has to wait till that ball drops very low and it becomes a tough shot. Yeah, so Timothy's giving him some pressure. Nice little serve.
We love that.
How nice is that forehand?
It's just lovely to watch. It's just so well practiced. It's become second nature for the 11-year-old from Auckland.
Oh, fast serve, pushes him wide. I think it's a good play. I mean, fast serve and tries to push him wide to the forehand, just made the error. If that had been on, the whole table was open to him.
Be interesting to assess the composure of the 11-year-old now as he trails 3-5 in this all-important 4th set.
I think he's done nothing wrong.
He's made very few mistakes.
So we've seen some players struggle a bit under the pressure, and I don't see August having had any problems with the pressure at all. He's looking really like a really strong, mentally prepared player. That little wide serve to the forehand is giving him a bit of trouble. Just as I say that, he makes a couple of errors, huh?
Yeah, that's called the commentator's curse, Barry Griffiths.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'll introduce you to that one.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The timeout called now.
That's a good call. I think, you know, once someone makes a couple of unforced errors,
There's something going on.
yeah, especially that, you know, it's a key moment. If he doesn't make a comeback here now, it's over.
Alfred De La Pena and Matthew Ball battling it out for a place in the men's final going on here as well. Nothing in that one, is there?
Yeah, well, Alfred there faced a classic where Matt his shot hit the net, and then it went over and hit the edge, and Alfred managed to lift it up and get it back on the table.
That's incredible.
But then missed the next shot. So they're 1 game all, 8 all, Alfred and Matt.
Evenly matched, certainly, as they battle their way for a place in the final, which will be streamed live to New Zealand later on this evening.
Well, Max Henderson is he making a comeback? He won the 4th game against John Cordew, so it's now 3-1 to Cordew. Here we go. I would suggest that ball was down. So there's a call there as to whether that was an edge or not.
What do you think?
I don't think it was an edge. No, it looks like they've given the point straight to August. Yeah.
Big toss.
Yeah, big toss, yeah. You control that toss when you throw it high like that.
Have to control it. Off the tape, I think.
Yep. Taping off. Nice loop by August.
He's coming back. Here comes young August.
Well, Timothy took the big risk. It didn't pay off. Here we go. What serve now?
He's a confidence player as well, is Timothy Choi.
Yeah, he is. Good serve. And an error from August. I think August was looking for the wide ball to the forehand. Timothy came to the backhand and got the error. There we go. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, power!
There's no defending against this kid.
Smashed it. Everyone loved that. Friends and family and table tennis fans in general. Let's take another look.
Look at that. Catches him and then bang. That doesn't miss by much.
No, a centimetre.
Look at this rally. Whoa!
It's happening.
That's amazing.
They've saved the best for the under-15s at this stage.
What a backhand from Timothy down the line under pressure. These kids are cool. Very cool. Gotta be a let.
The ball came in from the other table.
Having a fantastic rally. 9-7, yep.
2 points away from securing this final.
He's gone for the wide serve again, and that's a poor shot. Surviving. Wow.
Too big and misses. Great idea, poor execution. Timothy Choi went for it all.
I think a little bit of tension.
He did not hold
there.
back. Watch the jump shot.
Look at
up
that
in
forehand.
the air.
Up it goes.
And again.
Overexcited, I think. It went too big. That is a key moment.
Hindsight and foresight, 2 very different things in table tennis.
Good serve.
Too wide.
So again, another high ball for Timothy, and he's just got tension. I mean, there should be a timeout here. If he has a timeout left, I'm not sure if he does, but I would be using it right now.
August Zhao to serve, 9 all in the 4th set.
Tension both sides.
There goes the fist.
So when I said they're both as cool as cucumbers, not at the moment.
Neither are we. This is tense stuff.
Oh, my fingernails. Wow.
Serving.
If I was returning, I'd be going as wide as possible to August's backhand. He goes to the forehand, and August misses.
And he does.
Wow.
There's a shake of the hands, and we have a champion title holder for the under-15s boys singles. Timothy Choi from Auckland had to work so hard against his 11-year-old opponent. Also from the North Shore, August Zhao. There's nothing
impressive.
holding him back on that one. What a great game of table tennis, Barry Griffiths.
What a match. They both played an astonishing level. That's fantastic table tennis. Yeah, just love it. I mean, imagine what's to come from these kids in the future years. So just in my role with ITTF Oceania, for example, we are just putting out for bid what's called Hopes Week, and that is for players 12 years and under. So that could be held in any country in Oceania, but the likes of August are what this is intended for. And so there will be some top coaches in the world coming to support that, coach those players. They're also there to scout talent. So
well, there's someone for them right there.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I'm thinking for August.
Great.
And I'm just wondering whether I, at some point, might go and have a wee chat with Daniel to make sure they're aware of it, because it's a big deal.
I'm wondering if he attended that in 2021. I'd read or heard somewhere that he did the World Hopes around the clock in 2021. So it might be something that they'd be interested in tapping into again now that there is no more disruptions with the coronavirus. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, because there was no going anywhere in 2021. So
that would have been difficult.
Yeah, so to have him involved this time and he would then come to the attention of the ITTF, which is the world body of table tennis.
Great opportunity for him and for New Zealand in general.
I think so. So I'll definitely mention that. But while we're at it, did we mention that Alfred and Matt are into the fourth game, with Alfred leading 2-1. That third game was a juice game, I think, very close, something like that.
We've had some magnificent table tennis on display here in Tauranga for the North Island Championships. We just called Timothy Choi winning the under-15s boys title. And now we're counting down to the Open Women's Singles Final between Carrie Guo and Joanna Young of Auckland. We saw Joanna Young play earlier today. She's exceptionally athletic. And I expect to see a few more rallies happening today as well. An upset of sorts, I guess, for Carrie Guo, who was meant to be competing also in the under-15s girls singles final, but unfortunately her opponent, Lisa Gear, had to retire injured. So it would have been 2 finals in a row for Carrie Guo, and right now she can put behind her the ability at 14 years of age. She was going to compete in the under-15s, and now it's all about the Open Women. What do you think about Carrie Guo? What chance does she have? You played against her in a tournament last weekend, Barry Griffiths.
Well, these two have played each other many times, as you'd expect. They're both from Auckland. They both train with the same coaches and the like. And in general, in past years, Joanna has been on top. But Carrie's improvement in the last 12 months has been exceptional. And for me, as a result, I would favour Carrie to win this match. So I think she's got more confidence now as well, and she's got a little bit more art to her game as well. So she's able to play at a high pace, but also use quite a lot of control. Joanna, generally speaking, plays quite a high-risk game, so there are times where she has these patches of errors in games, and I think that could be the difference, where Carrie's more likely to maintain an equal standard. She's a very professional young player, Carrie.
Has Carrie Guo also improved the pace of her game and her ability to move around? She looks oh so quick.
Yeah, her footwork is very good, and she has more pure power now. Backhand counter hit is always quick, but she can now really put the forehand away.
This is the Open Women's Singles Final at the North Island Championships here in Tauranga. Carrie Guo of Auckland serving against Joanna Young. It is a finals competition. It will be the best of 7 sets. Girls are here in it for the long haul.
Nice attack from Joanna, and one thing I did note from playing Carrie last week is that she has an initial plan to defend on her backhand side. So it was good that Joanna went to the forehand middle there. Carrie is a little bit slower in that area. Not much, but a little. Slow start for Carrie.
Very slow and uncharacteristic as Young leads 4-1.
I wonder if she might have been a little affected by what happened just earlier, and she's maybe not quite herself at the moment.
It must disrupt your concentration and play to be concerned about a fellow competitor that's injured and can't contest the final.
Oh, great shot.
Attacking play, impressive stuff.
That's how quick she can be.
Clever play.
Oh, fast. There's just no time to react. Wow, what a backhand. Carrie is so quick, changing direction like that.
She has such strength in her repertoire as well as to what shot she's deciding to play. In terms of attack, she can choose from so many attacking points.
That last rally was interesting. Twice there, Carrie moved to her forehand side, hit backhands, and it resulted in an error for her.
Young serving.
So you can see that Young is attacking Carrie's forehand middle, and it's paying off.
Too big on that one.
All these errors are coming off the forehand wing.
She hasn't really found her groove yet, has Carrie Gual of Auckland. Trailing 4-9 in the first of 7 sets if it goes that far for the women's final. We'll have a national title holder for the North Island champs at the end of this game.
Nice, digs that in.
I'm thinking that Carrie Gual would just want to utilise the fact that she is so fast to make that one of her power weapons.
Well, she does.
(7-9), Gual serving. Power.
Oh, big forehand.
And
from
she
Joanna.
loved it.
Yeah.
Joanna Young loved that one. The fist went out.
Yeah, she's a strong player.
Set point. Young receiving.
Long serve to the backhand. Oh, sharp play from Joanna. Beautiful. That's a terrific set and will give her a lot of confidence in this match moving forwards.
Women's final. Young takes out the first set, 11-7 against Carrie Gual. Hasn't really found her straps yet, has Carrie Gual. She's highly favoured to do exceptionally well. She is so fast, so strong, so clinical. But at the moment, the power play from Joanna Young is certainly paying dividends, and she takes out the first set in this women's final.
Well, we saw earlier, it wasn't on the stream, but we saw Joanna play Gina Liu, and she came back from 5-love down in the deciding game to come to eventually get the win. So it was a lot of pressure to come under, and Carrie also beat the top seed Kim Wang 4-3 in her semi-final, I think it was, or quarter-final. And just obviously they're both playing very high-level table tennis at the moment.
Both have earned their place in this women's final at the North Island Championships in Tauranga. They have to work hard to get to the final, and even harder to be a title holder. At the moment it's 1-1 in the second set. Gual serving. Winds it up, does Young.
Yes, she does.
1, 2 and 3. Third one went astray.
So again, both of these players have short pimples on their backhand. So when you saw Carrie blocking there, the block was dropping quite short and quite low, making Joanna lift it up. So it put pressure on Joanna with her follow-up attacks.
Receiving the ball is Gual. She's up 3-1 in the second. Starting
lucky
to assert herself and her authority on this one. 4-1 up.
Yeah, I'd expect this to be a close match. Oh, big forehand. And Alfred and Matt are 2 games all on the next table.
They're wearing themselves out for the final.
Poor old Matt's done a lot of work, hasn't he?
He looks knackered.
He's looking
done
tired,
so well.
Joanna is looking good here, playing very, very well. Backhand serve. Carrie likes the long, fast one doing this. There, that one. Yeah, catches her on the backhand. They both hit the ball very quickly, very little clearance over the net, so there are a lot of times when their balls will hit the tape and just bounce long.
So fast.
It is quick, isn't it?
4-5. Young serving.
Good serve. Wow. Joanna is just as fast, huh?
We were speaking earlier about the women's game of table tennis here in New Zealand. It's growing in leaps and bounds now. In the past we had lost a few players, but popularity in general of the sport seems to be growing here in the country.
I mean, it's a sport that everyone can play. I mean, everyone's tried it. A lot of tables in people's homes and garages and at work. And just getting people to come and play in an interclub competition or just a social event, it's a great sport for that.
It was a very popular sport during lockdown if you had a table tennis table and a racket of sorts.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was invented, first of all, though, in England in the 19th century, where table tennis first made its appearance. Inspirational, I think, from lawn tennis. One of the first players that sort of gave it a go. Back then they used to play with a champagne cork as a ball and cigar boxes as bats, Barry. Is that a bit of you?
Well, it wouldn't be bad. I was waiting for you to bring the champagne cork up, actually.
Oh, I thought you were waiting for the champagne, but yeah.
Well, that too. I mean, commentators need something.
7-all in this second set, the women's final. Nothing in it. Both players looking still composed. Not too much frustration is setting in.
Carrie's feeling a little pressure here. If Joanna goes 2 games up, it'll be hard. Long serve. Joanna
Long
defends.
serve. It's a good long serve.
Yeah, just wonder why Joanna defended it there, giving Carrie the opportunity. Oh, she had that surely.
As you say, she is a riskier player than others we have seen. She goes for the winner. If it
does
pays
go for
dividends, it does.
Hits her forehand pretty hard. Wow.
Power.
How quick are they?
That right-hand forehand was amazing from Young that time. No second guessing with that one.
Yeah, once they start rallying like that, there's just no backing off. They just both hit it as quick as they can. Look at that.
Bang.
So fast.
Delightful to watch.
It's a big moment. Carrie's thinking, trying to come up with a plan for this point. She knows she needs it.
Young has already secured the first set. 1 point away from taking the second in this final.
This is normally a topspin kicker. Joanna's used to it. Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Just what she needed was Carrie Gual.
I think they've played each other so much that Joanna is used to the serves.
Do they train together?
Yes, they have to train together sometimes, but they also, whenever there is a tournament on, they will almost inevitably meet in 1 or 2 finals. So a game point to Carrie. Carrie to serve. That backhand serve, either short or long to the backhand there. Yeah, got her.
Lets that one go. Second set goes to Carrie Gual, winning 12 to 10 in the second set. That's 1 set apiece in the women's final. Could be bracing ourselves for a 7-setter here. Nothing separating these two competitors at this stage. Both bring separate elements of professionalism to the table. It's glorious to watch.
Matt and Alfred 2 games all, and in the 5th game, Alfred leading 7-5, so that's also a cliffhanger. We have on the other table John Cordew against Alex Liu, so John has back-to-back matches, so it's really hard when you've got back-to-back matches like that, just to keep your focus and not get fatigued.
And it's draining, it's so draining.
It is.
To remain so alert, both physically and mentally, in preparation for a match at this level. Too far, too long that time by Young.
Yeah. Would have been very interesting if Joanna got that second game. Nice.
She winds it up, doesn't she?
She really does.
So much faith in her attacking prowess.
Gives it the big backswing. Nice serve. Yeah, so Carrie quite often does the long, fast serve to the backhand, and she uses a short serve wide to the forehand as a variation to try and make the opponent reach for it. Just creates doubt.
And that's what she's doing in the mind of Young at the moment, is creating doubt, second guessing what she should do or is doing, or if she's doing it right, or what shot she'll play.
Look at that, long serve rips it, and Joanna's just struggling a little. Well, that big noise that we just heard was Alfred winning the 5th game against Matt Ball, and so he's 3 games to 2 up now. Matt must be tired, I would suggest.
Well, he already has a doubles title to his name.
He does. This is what I meant in the beginning, where there are patches that Joanna just makes a series of errors, and you know, it can just result in a game just leaving her very quickly.
Can't afford to do that against a player like Carrie Gual.
I agree.
Good rally.
Very good, very good. Those sort of exchanges, I kind of prefer Carrie in those exchanges because her shots are more compact, so she's able to react faster than Joanna normally. Sometimes Joanna just takes a swing that's a little bit too big.
Controlling proceedings at this stage for a short towel break. Every 6 points. There's a short break for the players. But it is Carrie Gual leading Joanna Young 8-4 in the 3rd. She seems to have the upper hand as Young finds the net one more time. Gual serving to take it to 10. Looking very composed and in control.
Yeah, I think Joanna's
receiving the ball 1 point away from taking this set.
Yep, just a series of errors really, so that was almost a free game for Carrie, I think.
It was almost as though Joanna Young, when she lost that second set, thought, I don't want to play for this long. I don't want it going that far.
No, I'm not quite sure that's it. I mean, Joanna, when I've watched her play games, there are often series of errors that occur
Patches.
in her matches, or patches. So it's something she needs to work out with her concentration and ability to keep that focus.
The best thing she can do now is put that last set behind her and start from scratch.
Yep, sometimes that's the easiest. That's just gone, you know, it's 2-1 and the next game starts at a level. Let's get going. It's almost hard to take anything from that last game. There was not really any great pattern developing.
Both of these women are looking for a North Island Table Tennis Championship title, the Open Women's category. Young over Guo 11-7. And then Carrie Guo, the better of the last 2 sets, winning 12-10 and 11-4. The best 2-7. We have seen the tables turn so many times throughout the North Island Championships on this Matariki Saturday in Tauranga. It can easily happen again. While serving. Winds it
Nice
up.
forehand, and what a return.
Got the reaction as well.
Yeah, Joanna responded perfectly.
Sometimes when it's coming at you that fast, you just have to put the bat out.
Yeah. Well, you can use the speed from the opponent's shot. You don't have to do much.
Looking frustrated there is Joanna Young.
Well, she's attacking off that backhand with the short pips, and because you don't generate much topspin, you don't have much margin for error. So it's inherently more risky than the forehand.
As you mentioned before, she's a risky player, though.
Yeah.
She'll definitely go for the win and go for the shot.
Yep.
Disappointed in herself there for finding the tape. Once again, we can hear Alfred de la Pena. Cheers of either joy or frustration. He's fighting for a place in the final.
Nice serve. Fast rally, yeah.
Very quick rally.
Yeah, Carrie's very strong in those rallies. Long serve, yeah. I like that. They return down the line because Carrie is setting for another backhand counter. That's a much smarter play from Joanna.
High toss.
Yeah. Get the feeling that Joanna is not confident in the backhand-to-backhand exchanges.
You think Carigual would be aware of that?
Oh yeah, she's smart. So she's wanting to get into those, and Joanna's trying to get out of them. But if Joanna can get her forehand into the game, it's such a powerful shot. You know, it could change things. Bang.
Dominating proceedings at the moment is Carigual of Auckland.
Once she gets going, she's tough to stop.
She was meant to contest the under-15s girls final. Her opposition was forced to retire, so she has already got herself a North Island title today in Tauranga for the under-15s. Now she's chasing the Open Women's.
Goes to the forehand middle. It's a good place
Clever
to put
shot.
the ball. Yep.
Great
What
reaction.
a rally.
Great reaction that time.
That's beautifully played by Joanna. That's what she's got to do.
So Joanna Young receiving the ball from the Carigual serve.
Carrie's thinking what to do, what serve, long kicker, and
Went
wide
for
to
the
the
long.
forehand. Yeah,
Clever serve.
yeah.
Takes her 1 point closer to securing the fourth set. This is the Women's Open final, best of 7. A win here will take her so much closer. And she does it. Carigual.
Wow.
Taking out that fourth set, 11-6. She's really starting to assert her authority on this match.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very strong. The backhand counter puts so much pressure on the opponents. They're always like heading uphill, then tempts you to play to her forehand, and the forehand's also pretty strong. So Alfred up 9-7 in the 6th game here. If he takes this game, he will take the match. And he's missed an easy one.
Too wide.
So 9-8. And on the other table we had Alex Liu, just won that game. I'm not sure if it's 1-0 or 1-all.
go. This is the 5th set in the Open Women's Final. Carrie
Terrific.
Gual won the last 2 and Joanna Young won the first. Carrie Gual won the last 3. Joanna Young won the first one. It's been all Gual from then on Barry Griffiths. She really is a remarkable player.
Yeah, she's excellent. A lot of potential.
Went for the big forehand with loads of topspin. Didn't quite make contact with the table.
Serve. So Joanna's doing a side spin, topspin serve quite often, and Carrie could attack it, but she's preferring to go back with backspin because it forces Joanna to lift the ball up, which she doesn't like doing. So yeah, pressure. That's good placement. Yeah, Carrie's got her under real pressure. Even though she didn't get the point, it just looked good.
She is so quick, isn't she, Carrie Gual?
Very quick.
It's an element of her game that she uses so positively.
Yeah, I think Joanna's feeling the pressure of just how fast Carrie is. Relentless.
So Gual leading 5-3, also leading 3 sets to 1 in this women's decider. Can you get any faster than that? Holy.
Yeah, that's really high-speed stuff. Long topspin serve catches her.
It's a clever serve, well executed. Second serve. Just not quite making the shot now as Joanna won.
Well, it was interesting. Carrie hit that ball a little bit slower, and Joanna got through her shot too quickly. So that's interesting. I wonder whether she did that on purpose or not. But yeah, Carrie does seem to have full control here.
She's sensing a victory
She is.
here in Tauranga. She already has an under-15s title to her name at the North Island Champs. And she is creeping her way to a second title, this time the Open Women's.
Amazing.
Incredible stuff at 14 years of
14,
age.
yeah.
Wow, what a bright future this girl has in the sport of table tennis.
Wow,
and how
look
lucky
at that. Beautiful.
she can represent New Zealand on the international stage. One would hope at one stage.
Oh, almost certainly. Look at what she's achieved today. Incredible. She's beaten the top woman in New Zealand. She's won the under-15, and she's on the verge of winning the North Island Women's Singles Championship, the second biggest event in New Zealand, behind the New Zealand Champs. Fantastic.
And she does it.
Wow.
Does it in style, dominates the play in the last 3 sets, kept her cool, managed to come through a retirement match for the under-15 single, didn't affect her, wasn't in her best form in that first set, but is so quick, so clever, so crafty, deserving of the dual title.
Yeah, look, after a shaky start in that first game, she started to come right in the second, and I felt that Joanna had her opportunities to win that second, and that could have changed the outcome. But once Carrie got the second, she felt some confidence returning, and she just began to dominate from there. Beautiful play, really. And Joanna will be disappointed, but she's done well. She's made the final. She's lost to a top opponent. No shame in that at all.
She was very impressive in that first set, and in fact was leading the second set by 5 points, but then Carrie Gual managed to fight her way back and win it with an extra point. That cannot help your concentration facility when you're trying to win a match.
It's tough. You've just got to keep going. Just looking at the score of the last 3 games, what was it, 4, 6, and 5 or something like that? That was quite comprehensive. So the first 2 were crucial. Carrie looks happy over there. Is that the family up there? Oh no, there's Leo and Gina and Carrie's mother.
Lovely Zach Middleton from Table Tennis New Zealand has just provided us with a plate of goodies.
There's no us here, Lavina. No us.
Barry, we're a team, you and I. We're a team. We'll share those goodies. Hats off to Table Tennis New Zealand for
Thank you, Zach. You're a fine gentleman.
finding a way to make this tournament possible here, and also to the venue at the Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre in Tauranga. It's been a spectacular day of competition, and more to come tomorrow.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
More to come tomorrow, and also the big final this evening.
Now, isn't it interesting that Alfred has just finished a long match and he's
now
now
he's serving.
picking up a whole bunch of table tennis balls and doing practice serves. So there's something he wasn't quite happy about in his service.
That's the difference between the good players and the great players.
Yeah, interesting.
He still looks pumped to me, doesn't he?
He's very fit, very fit. He's probably the fittest of the remaining players, with the exception possibly of Alex here, who's in a tough battle with John Cordew from Canterbury. John Cordew's multiple New Zealand rep. So, yeah, very interesting to see how that's going.
What a day of competition here at the North Island Table Tennis Championships in Tauranga. The finals are certainly underway. We have been blessed with some remarkable table tennis, and more is to come as we count down to the Open Men's Singles Final. Stay with us. More to come shortly right here from Tauranga.